Welcome back. WeArEuS and this is Stoneshard. And apparently, your Grim would like to have a snack. What luck, an apple. Now, I have no idea where you and I, left off because after I finished the video, what I did was go out and kill some more things. I don't know if I got any levels. Nope. But we're very close to going to level 6. Don't it feel good? With that said, we ended up getting a whole lot more stuff than we. As a matter of fact, I think I remember where we left off. The last thing I remember you and I witnessing was me using some identification scrolls on the swords we got from the whatever the mission was that we had, or the quest that we were on. Okay, let's try this again. The last thing I remember you and I doing together was identifying the swords that we got while we were doing the quest, whatever that quest may have been. But I did some wandering around after I stopped recording and I ended up with a backpack. Now, you would think this thing would be useful, right? I mean, it, it could be, right? But it takes up so much space and it doesn't it's an equipable. It can only actually be used like this. Then you use it and now you have this tiny extra amount of space. I mean, this would be fine if you could put stats on the backpack, but you can't. So I'm left here. What? Let me open the drawer. That's annoying. And so we're left here with the backpack that isn't really useful because there are no stats on it. Defense stats and dodge chance? I mean, come on. Plus block power and energy restoration, that's mm, just magnifique, right? I mean, I know all of those are in the single digits and physical resistance is literally just 1% extra, but that's worth more to me than that little bit of space that the backpack could give. Survivability in a game about survival, come on. Also, you'll notice that I'm broke. I used to be rich. I don't remember how rich, which is good because I get the feeling, just a feeling that I would be extremely sad if I knew or if I remembered. Hmm. I don't think the swords are in here because I know I didn't get rid of them. The swords, as it turns out, were cursed, but they had effects on them as a result. If I'm remembering correctly, the effect, the curse itself, I cannot remember the name of, but the effect was it gave the weapons plus just a flat plus 16% crit chance. But it would inflict pain, which I only later realized reduces your crit chance. So the your your pain basically hovers around. But let me show you. See if it says what pain does. No. It doesn't indicate what the negative effects of pain are here, but the at around 25% pain, the crit chance from the weapons went down to, I think it was 13% from the 16% it was originally. That's all. That's just not. That's not okay. You know. And the what the effect of the curse was every turn you have a chance to increase your pain by 5%. But I did a lot of wandering around while I had two of them apparently. Two cursed swords and I equipped both of them because I mean crit chance, right? I mean that's despite the fact that the attack of the swords themselves was pretty low or it was low because of the pain. Either way, I wasn't getting good damage out of it like I would with what I currently what the wrong button with what I currently have equipped. So, I mean, crit chance is nice, but crit only really works if you deal a decent amount of damage. Wait. Uh, yeah, I think it was. It might have been this sword. I don't remember. Regardless, the swords would inflict 5 pain per turn forever, basically. Best part being, best part being, cursed weapons cannot be unequipped. Which is, I mean, that's just great. So I then had to go and waste money on disenchant scrolls. All right, I want to see. I visited this guy after recording and realized that there's this extra thing to say to him here, and I want to see where this leads. We're still going to do the quest we have, or that we picked up before ending the video last time. I just want to see what this does. I fulfilled the contracts. Our part of the deal is complete. Is that so? Nicely done. One less problem for us to worry about. It's time for me to talk with the elder. Make sure our horses are ready. In the meantime, I guess you'll need some better gear, aye? The local smith and the carpenter are skillful lads, but they lack the knowledge of the intricacies of their craft. Now, Manshire, that's the other story. The great magistrate poured significant sums into it. They have a fort there, all in all, an important location. I heard they even brought some craftsmen from Byrne? No, to Bryn? It would be a good idea to pay them a visit. I bet they're looking for mercenaries as well. At least you'll have something to do while I'm busy with the caravan. So here's my advice. Pack your things and go there. Once I'm done with my part, I'll send you a message. Don't you worry. Any questions? Walks away. Alright, so we know what to head to Manshire after we do whatever it is we do next. Manshire is this. That's pretty freaking far, but I'm hardly concerned about what we may run into along the way. So long as I go down far enough, well, I'm not worried about this. But we can go straight down, and then we'll be able to keep track of where exactly we are by the point of interest that we could come across. But for now, we have another quest right here, as a matter of fact. The stolen Grimoire were to head to the Silent Burial. Where the frick is that? Alright, that's northwest. So we'll go through the mill. I need anything though. I'm checking to make sure none of my equipment needs repairs. Yes, for sweet release. Not if I close the door. That's right, there's no space because I have 2 moose pelts and their antlers. I want that money. But I also want to see the stats for this sword. But no, it's a pikeman. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Well, I was just going to go behind the door and rest before engaging this guy. But we're fine, so we also have a level with points we need to distribute. You were saying something about it being useless. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the sound of your body crumbling to the floor. Okay, so that's a no. And now we just sit here and watch the door. Extra experience. I will take that. Which one? Also, if you're wondering why I haven't eaten yet, it's because venison gives 40% hunger reduction. So guy I closed the door on. God, this game really does put me in the mood to play Pillars of Eternity, and I haven't played that since well, yeah, since the last video I uploaded. I mean, well, for you, that's a different video than what I'm thinking about, since I've got those particular videos on backlog for now. Take it just the same. But that particular ring isn't really useful to me. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about when I mentioned Pillars of Eternity, that's because nobody watches it. Which is understandable. The game is extremely old. Well, not extremely old, but it's pretty freaking old. But the game itself is actually really close to, well, similar to Divinity Original Sin. I was trying to make sure, I was just wanting to make sure I got the name right. Let's avoid the open door because why not? Ooh, frick. So no. Execute order. Thank goodness I'm not a Jedi youngling. Otherwise, that could be risky. Why isn't this? He's in range. Let me do it. Nope, you've got to die. Okay. Ooh, dagger treaties. Right, I have no space. Ribcage stop. Well, it never hurts to be sure. I wouldn't get as much from selling this book as I would from the hide. Okay. There. That way no one will notice that it's missing. Right, we are hungry, aren't we? Well, you can't not grab the identification scroll. Good lord, I would have loved to have had those when I first got those cursed swords, so I didn't have to buy the freaking identification scrolls. I spent a lot of money I didn't have to. Some of it was worth it. I bought enchantment scrolls too. Wait, so we're done? Oh. So hold on, that guy I killed was actually a named enemy then. I just didn't realize it. That's why they were so persistent. Also note that the water skin never Well, as far as I'm aware, it didn't have intoxication change on it. Yeah, there's these things out here now. Next. Poor thing. Probably should have figured out a way to fit that moose hide. But then again, finishing this job will pay us quite a bit, won't it? What is this? Let's see. We're here, so down two more screens and then just keep heading right. What? Crap, I don't have the space for it. Hmm. Good lord, that's just good value. Rick, I could just keep killing moose and then ignoring the hide and just collect their antlers. Oh, wonderful. We're bleeding. And while you're bleeding, you can't recover health, so. Okay. Apparently, I'm still playing the version of the game where wolves are bugged to double cast. To where they double cast rend or their basic attack. An issue that's fixed in the current patch, but I don't have that installed because it requires me to restart the game from scratch. So no. Ooh, a moose. Shut up. Dang it. Yes. That's what the inventory should look like. Although I'm now regretting not having the backpack. It just takes up way too much space and isn't worth it. It really doesn't make sense why I can't have the backpack also equipped. pretty sure this is as far down as I need to go. Moose. Gotcha. What? No. Right, we don't have space for any more antlers, so... I need the venison, though. Dang, this is rough. Crap. Okay, so we could get rid of the hide. Don't worry, I still know. Okay, I picked that up. I still know where we're supposed to go. I'm just... That's a lot of wolves. I want to kill them. Oh, they finished before I could get in range. I do want those antlers, though, and the venison especially. I'm not really worried about dying here. If there were 4, I'd be concerned. Alright, and I did nothing. Next! God, that is so good. I'm happy with that. Now we just have to keep going right without dying. And it means we're at 25. Hold on. Next. And that's not even me attacking them, that's just a free counterattack. That is just unfortunate. There we go. Bleeding stopped. Alright, so I didn't go too far down. Whew, I have to admit I am mildly sleepy. Like I just felt that swimming sensation you feel when you know you could use some rest. Let's see, we need to sell. I don't know how much the tailor buys antlers for, so I'm going to do some pricing. Okay, so this is where we're going to do the boring stuff for you and the interesting stuff for me. We're going to go, after I'm done with this, we're going to head off to the elder's house and we're going to talk to him, get paid, and then, well, and then I'll probably head to Manshire. I'll have to see how long the video's taken up until that point. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, so that took a little longer than I expected, and I I simply lost track of time. So let's go ahead and see how much we're going to make from this. Ooh, nearly 500 gold. Well, that is actually, hmm, I might actually do those on my own later on. All right. And and keep in mind as I'm putting this meat away because it stays fresh as long as it's in some sort of storage. Okay, and we've got quite a lot of gold. So, with that all done, we come to the conclusion of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. This is, as always, just so much fun, and probably more so because I pretty much just walk through any enemy nowadays. As you saw with the basically the entire area of the, what was that place? The Silent Burial. So, to reiterate, I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves and keep in mind to like the video if you so if you keep in mind to like the video if you enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't. If you are not, leave a comment if you so feel inclined. And with all that said, we'll see you next time.